Once again, a joyful welcome. And the topic today is chakras, a tool to expand our consciousness. So some of the friends I know are on the path and they are Kriyabans, they understand the chakras. But some of you may be new and have not learned about the chakras. So just a very brief introduction of the chakras. Chakras are energy centers which are located in our inner spine. They're moving, circling, spinning, rotating like a whirlpool in a river. A chakra is a spinning vortex of vibration, light, and energy. So, as I mentioned, they're located in the astral spine, our inner spine, our inner spine made of light and energy. There are 7 in numbers. They have 2 main functions. One is the distribution of the life force to the organs surrounding those chakras. And number 2, the chakras also work as a vault house for storage of the results of our karmas. So in a way, we can say chakras are our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. They're responsible for that. If we need to correct any of these things, our emotional health, physical health, or our spiritual health, we need to work on the chakras because there are 7 chakras located along our energy spine. Every thought that we have, every action that we do, every emotion that we have, it must pass through these energies, centers of the astral bodies. It is the land of change. When we want to change anything about ourselves, if we want to change our health, if we want to change some habit within us, we say that, oh, I get angry too fast, or somebody has selfishness, greed, or some people are unkind, or even to enhance some of the traits that we have, that we are kind, but we want to be more kind. We are grateful, but we want to learn to be more grateful. Any of the traits that we want to change, we need to work on the chakras. Because the chakras is the land of change where these changes can be brought about. They have the negative, they have the positive energies. All we have to do is enhance the positive energies of the chakras. These attitudes that I'm talking about, friends, these are nothing but they are energy patterns. We need to change these energy patterns. So, how these actions and attitudes that we practice, they change our energies without our knowledge. I want to share a very lovely story which Deviji has written in The Touch of Inner Power. So, this is the story of a young disciple who came to his guru's ashram in a forest for training. He wanted to advance on the spiritual journey. The guru blessed him and he assigned him a task of collecting the firewood from the jungle for the ashram. So this young disciple very willingly every day went to the forest, cut the wood, and brought it back for the cooking of the food or whatever the requirements of the ashram were. And he was very dutifully and humbly doing this task. Guru used to observe him and he used to watch his devotion. But the young disciple was unaware of what was happening. One day when this young disciple was returning to the ashram, with his load of woods, he tripped on a tree root. And a stick fell from his arms. And he was looking at the stick and suddenly saw the strands of his hair. He was very surprised to see the strand of the hair, that it had turned gray. And he started thinking, oh, I came here as a young man. Now I'm old with the gray hair. I have wasted my whole life carrying wood while other disciples have studied with the Guru. I haven't progressed at all and in my goal of finding God. While these thoughts were going on in his head, his eyes began to fill with tears. While this whole drama was happening, the Guru came to him at that moment, running to him, and caught his tears in his hand. And the Guru said, don't you know that if the tears of a soul as great as you touch the ground, there will be famine in the land for 7 years. The Guru then touched his forehead and the disciple entered into union with God. He went into a samadhi. The beautiful story illustrates the point that it is very difficult to tell oneself whether we are making a spiritual progress or not, and where truly the energies lie for our progress to happen in in the spiritual path. Where are those centers? Where are those points where the real spiritual progress is happening? And the real spiritual progress, friends, happens in the chakras. That's the topic today. So while working on on changing the attitudes in the chakras, one of the finest ways of making spiritual progress is to bring and correct the right attitudes in our lives. It is certainly one of the most important ways of working on the chakras is because the chakras are the land of change. Any change you want to bring our life, you have to work on the chakras. How are these mental tendencies which are stored in the chakras been there? How do they develop? Whenever we are practicing any attitude or we are thinking or behaving in a certain way over a long time, then we develop fixed behavior patterns. And these are energy patterns and they get stored in the chakras. So now, if we want to bring about some changes, what can we do to change the negative energy of the chakra into the positive? The more positive energy we will have in the chakras, the more happier, more balanced we will be. Because normally in a human being, when he is breathing, the life force enters and it is flowing out through the senses. Now, what attitudes can I practice to change this energy of the chakras? I have applied this some of the attitudes. We cannot discuss all, but we'll discuss some of the attitudes which help us. Long ago, a friend of mine told me a story. This is the story of an ashram. This friend of mine was a devotee of that ashram, and she said she called the ashram. Then there was a voice recording on that ashram's phone which said, "Hi, I cannot come to the phone right now. I am too busy counting my blessings." We'll go deeper into this thought. I never forgot that story. I thought over it, and I learned that do we really sit down and think and remember to count our blessings? Friends, right now, close your eyes for a moment and think which are the things that we should be grateful for, which are the things that we should be thankful for in our lives. Let's take a moment, close our eyes, and focus. Swami Shankara, he was a great saint of India, and he said, there are three blessings in life that we have to be grateful for. He said, number one is the great blessing to have a human body. It is the only form in all the creations that has astral anatomy. Astral anatomy, we understand the astral spine, the ida and the pingala, through the energy rises and we are approaching more and more, we are advancing more in our spiritual journey. So human body is the only creation of the divine God which has astral anatomy and which help us to return to our origin. Second thing he said is very important is to be grateful about having a guru. Just as I mentioned, that human body cannot merge with the divine unless we have that astral spine, because the transformation happens in the astral spine. And without the guru, we cannot advance, because the guru is the one who leads us, who shows us the direction when we are going right, when we are going wrong. A little whisper comes from him, do it like this. But of course, we have to use our free will to see whether we are listening to that free, soft little voice that is coming in our consciousness or we are going on our own way. So, and the last is the desire. The third blessing that we have is the blessing for liberation. We all have that desire. That's why you are here today. That's why I'm here sharing the teachings of the Gurus. Because we have seen the world around us. We have experienced the pleasures, the fleeting pleasures of the world. But somewhere in our meditation, we have experienced that higher quality of the joy. That joy, even if we experience it for a few moments, we know it is the real joy. There is no comparison between the pleasures that we receive in the world and the flickers of the joy and the grace of the blessing that we experience walking around, even in the forest or sitting on the bank of a river or having a nice spiritual conversation with our friend. That spiritual joy has a very different taste. We tend to take things for granted, the things that are going on smoothly. We are human, we are fine. I have a guru, I'm on the path, I'm fine. I have a desire to find the God, I'm here in the session. These are things that we take for granted. We recognize having a grateful heart is a deeply spiritual quality. But do we know a single spiritual person who is not a grateful person? It's not possible because spirituality brings gratitude. Have we not experienced in the moments of deep meditation, looking at the Guru's pictures, looking into his eyes, just sitting there, no count of time, just sitting in front of him? The picture is not a picture because the Guru has said he is omnipresent. He is present in that picture. It's just by sitting there, having an open heart, we start having a magnetism flowing between us and the Guru. There's a key point when we cultivate a grateful heart. We, in turn, automatically help to develop the qualities of humility, devotion, and attunement. Gratitude works as a catalyst. Many times we are saying my meditations are going dry. What should we do? Let's hear a real story of a monk that happened. So there was a monk, and the monk, or a good monk, a young monk, who meditated regularly. And during his meditation, a time came when he lost his connection with the Gurus. Nothing seemed to help. And he was in a dry spell, a dry phase. And he was feeling very unsettled that what is happening, what should I do? And he was praying to the Guru, what should I do? During this period, he was invited to a three-day weekend retreat in his own city. He went to the retreat, and on the second day, while the teachers were teaching, there was one statement that hit him home. And what was that statement? We have heard it. And that statement is, cultivating gratitude is a very powerful way of cultivating devotion. Cultivating gratitude is a very powerful way of cultivating devotion. He went home, he thought about it, and he put it to practice. Lo behold, within a short time, the devotion which he felt he had lost came back. Through practice of gratitude, through thinking of things in his life which he had taken for granted, things that he had taken for granted, a home, being on the spiritual path, of having a Guru who has taken a promise to be with us until we find God. And through the expression of appreciation, he was able to awaken that friendship with God and Gurus. I have never forgotten that. Even to this day, the monk said, when I go through the dry spells in my sadhana, in my spiritual practice, I try to recall all the things that I'm grateful for. What does the gratitude do? If somebody has been kind to me, to us, and he has given us many gifts, and we remember, we remind ourselves of those gifts. Doesn't our heart fill with love? Don't we feel more, don't we experience gratitude for that person? In this story, the person we are talking about is divine himself, is Guru himself. We have forgotten the blessings, the gifts that he has given us. We have a home, we have a family, we are living there, we are on the spiritual journey, we have self-realized gurus. These are huge, big gifts of our lives. When we think of those gifts that have come to us, automatically the heart starts changing a corner. The heart starts filling with love, with devotion for the Guru who has given all this to us. Some time ago, I was listening to one of the satsangs of Naya Swami Jayaji. And during his satsangs, if I recall correctly, he said, when he's practicing meditation, when he's practicing Kriya Yoga, for the first 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes, he first 14 Kriyas, he always dedicates expressing his gratitude to the Guru. When we express our gratitude to the Guru or to any person or our appreciation, we receive more of that. That's a divine cosmic law. So friends, from now on, look around. Look for the higher gifts of the divine. I'm not talking about a house. I'm not talking about a new clothes suit or a new house. No. Look for love and affection that you're drawing around you. Look about the reminders of the Guru's presence and reminders to advance why we are here. Those points coming to the satsangs. He has given us gift. Thank him. Sit in front of his picture, maybe with a cup of tea, with your eyes, your heart filled with gratitude. Say it to him. And while saying it, tell me, if we meet again, how did you feel? Heart is joyful. Because you're thinking of joy. How can heart be something else? You're thinking of love. You're thinking about giving. When you're giving, you're receiving. He's sending. You're giving to him. What is he doing from the other side? Sending more and more and more of what you are grateful for. Once Paramhansa Yogananda was speaking about Kriya Yoga techniques and practicing the right attitudes, bringing Kriya Yoga in our daily lives, the experiences of our Kriya Yoga. There was a disciple sitting in front of him. He said, Master, please, Master, it's so difficult to sit down for meditation every day. It's so difficult to practice the techniques. Haven't we all experienced that? Haven't we not only experienced, don't we continue to experience all these things? But Master said, if I say something less, you guys will do less anyway. Whatever is defined, we do less anyway. So no matter at what land we are, what road we are walking, we feel Gurus speaking to us. Paramhansa Yogananda would tell disciples to be more enthusiastic, more inspired to be on the spiritual path. Disciples will say to Master, but Master, you are Yogananda. And then he would say with power in his voice, the only difference between you and Paramhansa Yogananda is that I made the effort. So friends, here is a reminder. Make the effort. Make the energy in the chakras which is flowing. Make that energy the life force which is flowing outward through your actions, through your thoughts. Make it turn inward, flow inward. practice the right attitudes. One of them is the gratitude that I mentioned, and the second is being in tune with the Guru. This is what the Guru comes to stir us with a divine urge, a divine longing, intensity, intensifying our sadhana, our efforts in the spirituality, in the spiritual path. We strive more perfectly to walk in the footsteps of Yogananda. Why are we here today? Why am I here? Because something inside, something in my heart, something in your heart, something in my soul, in something your soul, something in all our souls, at some time has cried out that I do want to evolve. I do want to experience pure joy. I do want to experience ecstasy. We may feel, oh, I still have to raise my bar a lot. It's okay. That's why the Guru is here. That's why we are on the path. We are not perfect, but we are striving towards that. So be in tune with the Guru. I want to be happy, but I want to experience that happiness which has a divine quality, which has bliss, which has ecstasy. I'm getting tired of the different gifts of this material world. Avatars such as Paramhansa Yogananda has heard that call of each one of us who's here today. And that is why you're sitting in this class. He knows that all of you want to advance. Paramhansa Yogananda said to a disciple, never argue with me. For us, arguing means in our thoughts, we think, oh, what Master is saying is very difficult. Or what Master is saying, maybe he meant this. He said, never argue with me, because in your logical reasoning, you will lose much of the wisdom that I bring to you. A very basic tenet to follow the path is to surrender, to open your heart, the wisdom that may pass, so that the wisdom may flow through it. Remember that story, the rose story. In a wedding function, Swamiji was giving a rose to all the ladies, women who were coming for the wedding function in the time of Swami Yogananda in America. One lady came and Swami Yogananda gave her a pink rose. And she said to him, no, Swamiji, I want the red one. What did Swamiji say? He said, you take what I give. Was he talking about the rose only? No, friends. He was talking that whatever experiences come to your life, whatever tests, whatever blessings, whatever joys, whatever difficulties come to you, take them as each of these things are being sent by me. And the Guru loves us so much, if he could make our lives easier, he would do that. Lot of our karma is taken by the Guru. He's there. He has made a promise to God that these are the disciples who are with me, and I take their charge to make them grow on the spiritual journey, and that is why he comes. Guru is not only a teacher, Guru is appointed by God to lead us to final self-realization. That means he is not only teaching, he is not only giving inspiration, bulk of our karma is taken by the Guru. But that doesn't mean that Moshmiji, we just sit back and think, oh, the Guru will do it, I can relax. We as disciples have to do our part, and that is most important of them is that we regular meditation and friends practicing right attitudes. The Guru has all the powers. The Guru, he has to have certain qualities. The Guru is omniscience, all-knowing. He has to know the past of the disciple. He has to know the past incarnations of the Guru, so that he knows in advance what karmic conditions are coming to us, in order to be able to help us minimize the blow of those conditions, or if we are a good ardent devotee, to blow away those conditions completely. That's what the Guru does. minimizes the results of our karmas. But feel his presence, no. Be with him. Invite him to be with you. The Guru is, friends, omnipotent, unlimited power. Unlimited power to have fun himself, to go enjoy himself? No, that unlimited power is there to be able to do what we need. Once he knows what we need, he has to have the power to do what we need for our spiritual evolution. And then the Guru is omnipresent. He's here right now and he's omnipresent. There's a reason, because sometimes it so happens that the Guru and disciple are not physically on the same plane. Guru is omnipresent, and so he has to be omnipresent. He has to be present where the disciple is, and he needs his help. So we understand what is the purpose of these qualities: omniscience, omnipotent, omnipresence, all to help us in advancing in our spiritual journey. I'd like to end with a very sweet thing that I read sometime recently. So this is some of the things that I shared with you today is expressing gratitude for the blessings that the Divine has given us, and also working in an attitude of attunement and being grateful to what the Guru does and brings to us. So working on ourselves is like chopping the extraneous stones in a statue till the image that is hidden is revealed in all its perfection. There was a story, a sculptor was asked, "How did you make such a beautiful elephant sculpture?" He thought and he said, "Well, I cut away all that did not look like an elephant." That is what we need to do. These things that are not ourselves, which are not our true soul, which are not our true spiritual qualities, we need to chip them away. Things, attitudes that are not in harmony with the cosmic law, we need to chip them away, so that ultimately all that remains is pure image of the Divine within ourselves. To see the subtle realities, understand the depths of the cosmic laws, we have to be subtle ourselves. We need to live in accordance to the cosmic laws. So with this, I come to the end of my satsang, but I had requested Moshmi ji, and I hope you have that message, that we're going to practice some visualization about how to purify the chakras, how to purify the hidden negative qualities in our chakras so that we can evolve in our spiritual journey. So I had requested, if you have a candle or a tea light, just hold it in your hand. It helps us, the fire helps us to bring purification of our inner selves also. If you have it, take a moment and light it. So now now friends, I'd like you all to take a meditation posture. Keep your gaze at the spiritual eye. Close your eyes. We're going to play an Oming the Chakras chakra done in the voice of Swami Kriyanand. He will guide us to the different chakras. And as he says that, just focus and chant on those chakras. We will start from the Muladhara chakra.
First we'll chant out loud. Om in the lowest chakra. Second chakra. The navel center. The heart chakra. throat chakra. Medulla. And the point between the eyebrows. And again. Now chant silently. Sing silently.
So, friends, continue to sit completely still, aware of your inner anatomy. We will try and practice some visualization and affirmations of the chakras. Focus on the first chakra, the Muladhara chakra. Tune into the quality of the rock, firm and strong, solid and still. Visualize yourself sitting firm and solid, completely still and unmovable on a big boulder. Feel strong and rooted into the earth. Mentally, the gaze at the spiritual eye affirm. My mind is firm and steadfast as a rock. I am firm in my purpose. I want only thee. I am steadfast, determined, unshakably loyal to truth. I endure and accept all things with calm faith in God. Softly shift your focus to the second chakra, the water element. Visualize yourself as a flowing stream. You touch many things but are held by none. Tune into water, how beautiful it is, flexible, flowing. Keep your own self ever flowing towards the sea of cosmic consciousness. Affirm, I flow ever freely with the tides of grace. What comes of itself, let it come, let it pass. I am free. I own nothing. I own no one. I am the bubble, make me the sea. Gently move your focus to the third chakra, Manipur, the fire element. You can visualize a candle or a small fire. Think, what would you like to change in yourself? Visualize casting that thought into the flame of the fire. It's gone. It's vanished. It's vanished from the chakra. Mentally, build a fire with the spiritual eye. Imagine yourself plucking off your faults, attachments, aversions, throwing them into the fire to be purified. Feel the inner process of purification taking. Affirm, I cast my thoughts, desires, and all past karmas into the flames of love, divine love. Make me whole, make me pure, make me one with Thee. I seek purification by the grace of God. Inhale, tense, relax. Fill your body with air, the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, the air element. As you inhale, inhale purity. As you exhale, exhale impurity. Inhale joy, exhale sorrow. Inhale light, exhale darkness, negativity. Visualize a balloon soaring into the air. Think of your heart as light, a balloon soaring in the sky. Slowly move on to the fifth chakra, the cervical, the throat. Tense and relax the throat. Feel very silent, very calm. Feel yourself floating in space. Body is made of space. The mind is free of all boundaries. Affirm, I am free. I am free. I expand my consciousness to embrace infinity. I am free. I am free. Gradually, place all the attention at the spiritual eye, between the eyebrows. Visualize a green light there. Offer all sense of the little ego into this light. This is about the medulla, the spiritual eye, the last chakra. Offer all the energy of the spine and the lower chakras into this light to be purified and changed. Affirm, reveal thyself, reveal thyself. I am thine, receive me. I awake in thy light. I am joyful. I am free. I awake in thy light. Gradually, open your eyes. Take a moment to express your gratitude for the purification of the chakras, the land of change.